Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, my name's Adam. This is BaldyPal Picking. I'm a part-time picker and eBay reseller, and I like to go to thrift stores like the one right here, see if I can find anything for a low price and resell it on eBay for a much greater price. So I'm on my lunch break from my regular 8 to 5, and I'm gonna see if I can find anything in this thrift store to flip on eBay for profit. Y'all join me. Alright, this is going to be a fun trip in the Valley Rescue Mission store. My favorite section is the electronics, and as I'm looking over, all I see is a bunch of speaker systems, but a few printers are up top. Recently I had an interview with Tim Osmond of Thrift, and he told me about a few HP printers that were certainly hot items. This one was not it, and plus 15 bucks, didn't really want to look into it. There's another one up here though. A little bit off camera. Just see in just a second. There it is. It's still in the box, which really piqued my interest. I'm curious as to whether or not it's used just in the same box or if it's brand new in the box. We have to find out. Well, it's definitely used, but it's complete. It's a multi-function panel. It is not the version that we're looking for, which is the 86 or 8700. However, since I've gotten it down off the shelf and it's in a box ready to ship practically, I'm going to go ahead and take this. Oh, look, $12. I'm going to put it in my cart, and we're going to investigate further with some sales comps. Alright, first off, I looked at the print head. The print head in this one is not worth a licking thing. So I just looked at the printer, and it's selling for 60, 65, sometimes 80 bucks. There's 3 sold, which is pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. So let's check and see how many are listed. What's my competition look like? 7 listed, 120 free ship, 90 free ship, 66 plus ship. I think I could probably pick this up for 12 bucks, test it, make sure it works, return it if it doesn't work, and get about 65 bucks plus shipping. I do see some more printers. This one isn't quite interesting, and plus I checked already, the print head was gone. I do like VCRs, old VCRs. Magnavox is a great name to be on the lookout for. So this Magnavox VCR caught my eye. The fact that it has a tape in it worries me. That usually means that for one reason or another the tape is stuck in there probably, or they just pushed it back in because it ate the tape. But we're going to try to test it out here in the store and see what happens anyway. Well, first thing I notice is it's not getting any power. So let's just swap the outlets and try again. And still no power. What's going on here? Somebody completely unplugged the power strip. It just makes my job even harder, but we'll get it one way or another. Okay, so check the power again. Aha, it turns on. We press eject to get that tape out, and it automatically powers off. Power again, eject, and nothing. Well, push that back. I'm not going home with it today. This is pretty neat. I like Christmas, and this 6-foot tall soldier toy really caught my attention. It lights up. I want to test and make sure it does light up, because I'm honestly thinking that this could look good in my yard this coming up Christmas season. It has a little box to control the lights to make them blink in different ways, speeds, things of that nature. And it really does look pretty neat, although it looks kind of old. I'm looking for a price tag, can't find one anywhere. I've decided, I'm just going to leave this one here today. Moving right along, the pots and pans get my attention because I saw some Revereware. This vintage top can go to some of the pans I have at home that do not have a lid, and if there's one, there's bound to be more. Or maybe there's a pot somewhere in here that just lost its lid and I've got to find it. That's what this treasure hunt is all about. Just cheap aluminum. There's another lid. Oh, and look at there. It's revereware as well. I'm gonna put those in the pot on top of the printer so I don't lose them. They look like they go to a 6-quart pot. Oh, look at there. There's another one, a smaller one. This one probably go to a, I'm guessing 4-quart pot. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the cart. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Alone, they could go for 10, 12, 13, 14 bucks. But I'm hoping that I'll just be able to put one on the pot I have at home. Or maybe I can find a pot somewhere else. I'll hold on to them. They're good to have on hand. They're only $1 each, and that revereware top is something to look out for. Now these Nike Reacts caught my eye from a distance. They look kind of different for golf shoes. I've never seen cleats like this before. So I went ahead and looked them up. They should only be $4, $5, or $6. I think $5. And this one sold pair for $89.95. Best offer taken. I think that's odd and unusual. So let's look up this type of golf cleat just by name and see what we can find. The app is acting so weird. It makes me refresh all my searches. There's plenty more now in the search results since I don't use the code inside, and there's several listed. That makes me think this is a good buy. Well, when I was making my way up to the cash register, under the glass was a whole bunch of shoes, and I saw a pair of Nike ACG boots, and they didn't seem to have a price. At least I couldn't find one. Lady couldn't find one either, so I said, hey, if you want to put 10 bucks on it, I'll take them off your hands. And lo and behold, the price was $10.21, but she had agreed to 10 bucks anyway. So these Nike ACG boots are at least a good 35, 40 bucks, but I'll look up more specific comps when we get in the truck. All right, so I came back in to return the cart, and I found 8 boxes of these brand new breast milk storage bags. They're half price. They're $3.13, but they're half price, so that's $1.56 or something like that. Anyway, you can sell them in lots for a pretty good amount. Like this lot of 8 for $60 is what I'm aiming at, plus shipping. So that's 8, say $9, $10 into somewhere around $55, $60 plus shipping. And then you have this travel light golf bag, travel golf bag, and it is in the $60, $75, $70, $182 range plus shipping. So there are actually 7 sold and then 4 listed, so that's a really good sell-through rate. And it's only $2. It has a broken strap right here, but for $2, I can't leave that behind for $2. I just can't do it. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. Go back in to return my cart, and I came back out with $15 more worth of stuff. This, they honored the $2 price tag on it, but under their breath they were saying I would have priced that at $10. I don't know why that $2 price tag is on there, but I was like, well, if you're gonna honor it, I'm happy. If you're not, I'll leave it with you. And she said, well, no, I'll honor it. So that's a good, at least $50 at least. And I'm saying that because it's missing a buckle, but that buckle isn't like detrimental to the way it works. And then all of these breast milk bags, brand new, sealed, that will sell as a lot, guaranteed. They're about $10 to $12 a box individually, but since I have 8 of them, I know I should be able to get 60 plus ship. And the reason why I say that is because that 10 is like free ship, and it's totally not worth it when you pay $2, you know, $1.50 to $2 a box and do free shipping. It's just not worth it at that point. But when you lot them all up together like that, it's definitely worth it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's jump in the truck real quick and look up these ACG boots. Here are the boots. They're kind of a rubber toe, but
canvas cloth up top. The bottoms look immaculate, barely worn. $10.21. Men's size 10, excellent size. Let's look them up. And in order to do that, in case you don't know, on Nikes, there is a code on the inside tag. It's 6 digits, or it could be letters too, but it's 6 characters with a dash followed by 3 more characters. And you look that up on eBay. So I type in Nike 386469-005, and if nothing comes up on eBay, you kind of could be worried. But if something doesn't come up at all, like sold or active, it could be fake. But then if you do that same thing, that same search in Google, and it comes up with something that looks exactly like what you have in your hand, then it's not a fake, more or less. It's just the fact that people either A, aren't listing it with those numbers, and there's so few. So let's see here. What we have are 2 returns, one for $50 plus shipping and the other for $70 plus shipping, but best offer was taken. So that's 2 sold. They're called ACG Woodside Duck. That's 2 sold and 3 listed. 70 free ship, 60 plus ship, and 80 free ship. So I have a size 10. What I have to do is see if there's another size 10. Look, there's a 13, there's a 9.5, and there's an 11. So all around me. So I should be able to easily get at least 60 bucks plus ship or 70 free ship for these boots, because they're in great shape, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now, I originally intended on visiting a second store during my lunch break, but we had some good finds during this one. I spent all my entire lunch break in that one store. That printer, if I get it home and test it and it doesn't work, this thrift store has a 5-day return policy. Fortunately, I've never had to return anything to this particular thrift store, so I'm actually not 100% certain if that return is in cash or if that return is in credit to the store. I'm gonna assume it's in credit. I think it's just safe to assume that it's a store credit, but that's okay. I visit that store pretty often. Likely though, if it works, that printer's worth 60 bucks plus shipping. And then I got those Revereware pot lids, $1.11 a piece. If they do not fit anything I currently have that need a lid, then I'll sell them each individually, somewhere between $10 to $15 plus shipping, due to their size. One was small and 2 were larger. And then you have the Nike golf cleats, which were $6, and I'm going to list those. That one sold for $90. I think it was $89.99. That's rare. You're not going to see that very often. But I saw others listed at around the $50 to $60 price point when you didn't use that Nike code. Like I said, sometimes that code doesn't pull them all up because people don't list it with the code. But if you remove the code and just type in the Nike Reacts Golf, and it comes back with search results, then you get a lot more to choose from. It had a pretty good sell-through rate as well. They actually had they have a loyalty program there, so I used I've got like 500 points at that store, and for every 100 points you get 10% off, but you're only allowed to use 100 per visit. So I used 10% off on the first purchase, and that was $33, and so it went down to like $29 and some change after the 10% off. So I spent 30 and then another 15. I spent 45, and I'm well into the $150 to $200 range on these items. And I say that conservatively. I didn't take the opportunity to add each and every individual item up, but here, I'll pop the total, what I expect to get for these items right there. It's the evening time, and I'm waiting for my son to finish up his Taekwondo class. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to share with you some of the recent sold. Let's start with this pair of Nike Air Max 270s. Nice colorway, blue with orange. I paid $20 for them at Goodwill. I paid up, and the reason is because I knew they would go for good money. And these sold for $104.95 plus shipping. Several months ago, I went to some yard sales in the rich part of town, and I picked up a Filter Queen vacuum, a vintage Filter Queen vacuum for $15. And instead of selling it all as one unit, I've decided to part it out. And the first part sold, the hose, the pipe, and the head, that's like the squeegee head for hardwood floors, sold for $34.95 plus shipping. I haven't even listed the rest of it, but it's going to go for, I mean, when it's all said and done, I'll make at least $100 off of all these parts and pieces. Keeping the theme of vintage, moving right along, I picked up a vintage Western Electric push button old telephone. It's yellow, and the yellow color is what caught my eye in the store. I paid $6 in the Goodwill, and it sold $49.95 plus shipping. I really would have never thought that somebody would have paid that much money for an old telephone, but sure enough they did. Red is another good color to look for in vintage telephones like this. Last Friday when I was at Goodwill, I found a huge lot of vintage toys from the 80s, from like the 84 through the 88 time era. And I listed only a small handful of these items that I've cherry picked out of the bunch. And the first sale out of it was some broken G.I. Joes. I put two of them together in one sale for $14.95 free shipping. And these are going to go first class. I'm going to put them in padded flat rates, even though they are not padded flat rates, just regular eBay padded envelopes. Even though these are broken, I'm still going to put them in padding because they're for collectors. Collectors are buying these things. They're going to want to use them later. I also sold this Magnavox DVD VCR combo unit. I bought it for $4.14 the other day when it was about to pour down rain, and I just pulled off the side of the road on my way home, and I found it like on the way out the door. It wasn't even with the electronics section. Anyway, I sold it for $75.95 plus shipping. The good thing is I had a box of remote controls that I've picked up over the visits to Goodwills, and I had a remote that actually worked with this unit, so that increased the price by $20. Magnavox is a great name to look for if you're into electronics like VCR combo units. I had this one listed for quite some time, but it finally sold. This Sony DVD VCR unit, no remote control, just the unit itself, and I always put AV cables with it. It sold for $54.95 plus shipping. I believe, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I probably paid no more than $15 for this unit. Here's something I'm probably never going to pick up again because the shipping to California on this just bit me hard. The vintage Suzanne Summers original Thigh Master. I only paid $3 for it, and many people have said it's a great product to pick up. They were all selling for around the $28, $29, $30 mark, free shipping, and it's over a pound by itself. I'm in Georgia. It went all the way to California, and the shipping cost me almost $16. I probably won't pick this up again, only because I'm only going to make $6 or $7 off of it. Not worth my time. All right, going with that vintage toy lot that I told you about earlier, there was this cartoon called Mask. I truly do not remember what Mask stands for, but I'll put it down here at the bottom. I have 17 different figures out of this Mask lot of vintage toys, and they're only about 2 inches tall, but they come with these little helmets, and the helmets mean different things for different characters. This one is an Alex Sector Mask figure with a helmet, and it sold for $14.95. Free shipping. Do you remember the yard sale video where I picked up an Xbox bundle for $30 and I had full intentions of selling it for around $150 because it had several games, the original box, controllers, things like that? Well, come to find out, it didn't actually work. I went back to that guy's house. I actually drove it back to his house because he was only like a 5-minute drive from my house. And I told him it didn't work and I asked him for my money back and he gladly gave it to me. And I told him there were 4 games in the box I was still interested in. Will he take $5 for the games? And he accepted. Well, as I was turning around to walk away, the wife turned to him and said, "We're just going to drop this stuff off at the Valley Rescue Mission. Let's just give it to him." So they did. They ended up giving me back the Xbox and all the games and the controllers and the original box. Even though it didn't work, I started parting and piecing it out. And I sold the box for $20 plus shipping. The broken console for another $20 plus shipping. I had another Xbox that never worked from a buyout a long time ago. You didn't see that on video anytime. It also sold for $20 plus shipping. So although that didn't make me anywhere close to the income I thought I was going to get, I still got $60 plus shipping on all of that by parting it out. Now, I sold the Castlevania Curse of Darkness Xbox game separately, all by itself, for $35 plus shipping. And I also sold 3 Call of Duty games for $24.95 plus shipping. Well, to close this video out, I want to tell you about the coolest sale of all out of that lot of vintage toys. And that is this 1984 Wonder Woman action figure. There were several listed on eBay without any accessories around the $70 mark. And some have sold too around the $70 mark. I had a lasso, one of the original lasso. It was tied in a knot around her waist and I was able to untie it without breaking it. I listed it with original lasso, not a reproduction lasso or not a prefab or a anyway, there's some listed that have fake lassos just to make it look better. And it sold today for $109.95. Probably the best sell I'm going to get out of this vintage toy lot. I appreciate y'all stopping by BaldyPal Picking. I hope y'all had fun on my lunch break, just like I did. Finding stuff to resell on eBay as a part-time picker. Y'all stay safe out there and have fun picking.